Hi, my name is Vivian Reed, and welcome to my channel. Now, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like. And you can make a comment, but say nice things. Now, this particular video is with a former student. Her name is Rachel Castaneda. Hear how she went from focusing on a spot in front of her to becoming a wonderful performer, and she's working all the time. Keep watching. Hey, Rachel, how you doing?
Hi, Viv. I'm so good. How are you?
I am good, so good, and thank you for doing this for me. Now, Rachel, you know how I feel about staring, and I just need you to answer a few questions for me. Let's just go back to the beginning.
All right.
Rachel, with you, where did this come from? Who told you to stare when you deliver a song? Who told you this?
I believe it probably started in high school when I started training more seriously in musical theater. And I did a bunch of intensives, and I can't exactly pinpoint a specific time, but I feel like it was ingrained over me because it was just repeated in training. I would take master classes with all these various people, and like I said, in the intensives, and they would just keep repeating, pick a spot or pick a focal point. But they would, if you would veer away from it, they would comment and be like, oh, no, you look like you're scattered. So many of the people that I had worked with, not one specific person that I can pinpoint, just emphasized it or didn't comment on it, rather, that it was something that I should be fixing.
And I know you can't help it if you're in junior high or high school because you're there because you have to be there, and whoever the teachers are, they're the teachers. And you have to, in a sense, listen to them because you don't want to get a bad grade. But it does become ingrained because there has not been one student that I have come across who has who didn't stare. So Rachel, all right. So for full closure, Rachel was a former student of mine. And just like she said, it was ingrained in her. What's in your mind? I mean, what's going through your mind as you're singing? I'm not going to even bring the word performing in it because that's not performing. So as you're singing and you're staring, you're picking at a spot straight ahead and you're staring, what's in your mind? I don't get it.
That's actually a great question because now that I've broken away from it, trying to think back to it, I wonder the same thing. Like, I think to myself, what was I do? I must have thought I was executing the song well, or I'm assuming that I was thinking of, probably more so on the notes because I didn't have to focus more on the performance, which is ridiculous to say out loud. But
But so wait a minute. So you put little emphasis on the lyrics?
No, I remember I definitely worked on the lyrics and worked on the beats of the song and all that stuff, but
Okay.
thinking back to how I perform now and how much more freeing it is to not have a point on the wall to look at, I try to think about before when I would try to pick a point. And it's so crazy too when you use the word staring because that's what it is. But when
Yeah.
I was doing it, I feel like a while ago, if I look back, I never really thought of it as like staring, but that's exactly
Yeah.
what it looks like. And I would just think of it, oh, I'm picking a point on the wall and that's the person I'm talking to. So I should, give everything to them if that's what the song called for, or something along those lines. But I never really, I didn't connect it to staring and how that would come across to other viewers.
So when you see other young people, and it's mostly with young people, and it does go back, I would say probably 15 to 20 years that this has been going on. So it's just not your generation. This goes back because I remember when someone asked me to help them with auditions with the singers. They were doing some show, and so I was actually literally sitting behind the table. This is when I first became aware of it. So as each young person came in, they would say who they were, and then they would start their song, and they would do this the whole song. And some of them didn't even move their arms. So I leaned over and I said to the person who had asked me to do that, I said, "What are they doing?" And she said, "What do you mean?" I said, "They're staring." And she and she said, "Vivian, that's what they do." And I said, "What are you talking about?" So after I saw that, and this is before I started teaching, I then paid attention, and sure enough, every young person was doing this. And this is not only in New York City. This is around the country and even in other parts of the world. I mean, it is so amazing. Okay, so now it was hard to break you from that. I remember because it is ingrained. It's a habit. And if you get nervous, you're going to go to your comfort zone. And what is your comfort zone? And I'm speaking generally. What is your comfort zone? Staring.
Right.
Because that's the comfort zone. So, all right, Rachel, let's fast forward to you learning how to perform. When you finally got it to be able to spell out a song, to deal with the lyrics, because basically, when you don't perform, and that means to deliver a song the way it normally is presented by great performers, you're not giving the audience much to look at all. They're looking at one thing, and that's you're staring like this. And you may be delivering it on your face with all of this and all, but to never veer from that is kind of crazy. So when you found what that is to really zone out, to get inside of lyrics and to be able to look around and just let the lyrics wash over you and make that a part of you in your performance, how did you feel?
So free.
Mm.
I felt, if I look back and I really think about how I felt when I was staring, it was kind of a sense and a feeling of like being trapped. And I know that that's
Wow.
a, but truly, if you think about it and you're picking a point on the wall to stare at and that's how you're delivering your song, it's like you feel in your head that's your comfort zone. You don't have
Yes.
the option to look around. Like, even if I felt an instinct to, I want to move, I want to, open my arms and gesture this way or something, I would think to myself, oh, like I'd hold myself back. And I
Because you
feel
were told not to do it.
right. And I feel like it could have been, from my peers or from, just like you're saying, it's just been going on in this generation and the one before me. But I just feel like too, it was just never addressed. It was never a, you know, it was never spoken on that it had to be fixed. So I just thought, oh, okay. And I ran with it. And then it just got stuck. So
Oh,
when you helped me, it really felt so freeing. Like I really could use the music and the lyrics to just fully express.
but let me ask you this. Did you not even notice older performers like Patti LuPone, even Audra McDonald, Norm Lewis, Jeremy Jordan? These are all great performers. Did you not notice that they don't do this? I mean, did that never dawn on you that you could be doing something that's not quite right? I mean, or you didn't pay attention that much?
What's crazy is when I was in high school, especially too, I like loved those performers and I would watch them. And I live in New Jersey, so I would go to the city and watch them on Broadway. And I think because I didn't realize that I was doing something different or wrong and staring, it didn't it didn't dawn on me. It didn't cross my mind. Like,
Wow.
genuinely, until you pointed it out, I was like, that's what I'm doing. And like I don't want to do that.
And so when you look at your peers, other people, other young people, because the majority of them are doing this. I mean, you and others, there are, I guess, maybe 10 to 15% who are exception to the rule. What do you think when you see them do this? Because I know several students came to me and said, Jesus, Vivian, did I look like that? I said, mm-hmm. I mean, so when you look at other people doing this, what is your immediate thought? What do you think of?
I'll tell you, before, when I was doing it, I didn't notice it
You
because
didn't notice
I
it, of course.
right. But ever since it was pointed out to me, I'd watch them and be like, "Move, move," or I'd be like, "What are they looking at?"
I
Want
think it looks a little crazy, if you
I
want to
like
know the truth. You're being nice, but I think when they do that, people look a little cray cray, okay? Because it doesn't make sense. But go ahead, I cut you off. Go
no,
ahead.
you're fine. That's true. I think it also like depends on, because I also have seen some performers where still it stands out to me regardless, but I'll be like, wow, they're putting on like a beautiful, I could see it, their voice is gorgeous, but I still, even with all of that, want them to just be free. You just
Yes.
let go. And I feel like when you have that point you're looking at, you can't let go. How do you let go? You're stuck on the point on the wall.
But I'm going to tell you, in speaking with directors, and musical directors, choreographers. I have asked each of them, when you see young people do this, when they come into an audition and they do this, what do you think? Do you know what they said? And I never ever thought that, but almost all of them said, well, they're selfish. What? I
Hmm.
said, what do you mean selfish? And they said, well, Vivian, it looks like they're singing to themselves. So, me defending you guys, I said, okay, I see where you got that. I said, but I will assure you that's not it. What do you mean? I said, they have been told to do this by their teachers, by workshops that they have taken. And I said, it's ingrained in them that this is the way you deliver a song. So I'm not going to exactly say they're being selfish. They don't know any other way.
Mhm.
And so I gave them another way to think about it. But it was curious that all three of these very professional people thought that's how it came across to them, that you all were being selfish and singing to yourselves. I said, wow. So, well, I just want to say to you, Rachel, that you know what? I'll leave you with a word to say to young people who are watching this. Give them some words of encouragement. Just say something to them.
Okay. Hi, young people.
Yeah, hi, young people.
I I was literally where you are, I guess how you phrase it. I was where you are right now. And honestly, I just encourage you to look deeper into your performance, to look and just, it's a humbling thing, kind of, maybe in this circumstance, but just say, am I doing this? And it's not something that you should ever shame yourself for or feel
No.
badly about. No, that's not what it is. But just acknowledge it and say, all right, now I know I'm gonna let myself go. I'm going to free
Mm-hmm.
myself up. And I can like literally guarantee to you, you're going to feel so much better. And you're gonna just dive into these songs and you're gonna come up with so many new things in your mind and it's
Oh,
gonna fuel you. So just yeah, I definitely would say when it comes to staring, just humble yourself, look into yourself, say, am I doing this? Is this something that watch yourself, record yourself, maybe that'll help. And
mm.
just say, all right, where did I learn this from and how am I going to break it? And just, I think, dive into those musics, trust yourselves, believe in yourselves because you can do it.
That's perfectly said. And I will say, I have never, ever blamed one of my students for doing that. I tell them it's not your fault. It is the fault of your teachers or workshops that you have attended. So, Rachel gave you good advice, and I will take it a step further. If you find if you find that it's hard and you really don't know what to do, seek out a coach or somebody like that, but somebody older. Look into their background, look at videos to see how they're performing. If they're staring, run. Run like you ain't never run before, honey. You do not want to study with that person. You don't want them coaching you. You want to study with, you know what? Just look at different people so you could see what great performance is. So, Rachel, thank you so much. And I just want to tell you that you have truly blossomed into a wonderful performer. And I know that you're going to have a great career. And I just wish you all the best. And thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me. Really. Thank you.
Absolutely, honey. Bye. Look, I know that breaking this habit won't be easy because it's ingrained in you, because people over and over, teachers, people giving workshops, young people giving workshops, have told you to do this. So it's ingrained in you because every time you've performed, that's what you did. You just picked a spot, focused, and that's what you do. So I don't blame you. Not at all. I blame the teachers, the people giving these workshops. That's who I blame. Because why? They can't take the time to tell you how to sell a song, how to perform. So you can do this. It may take you, took my students, what, a few weeks, few lessons, and then they got it. And you know what? When you get it, it frees you up to just go ahead and live inside your lyrics. And when you do, oh my God, there is such a payback from the audience. Even when you go into auditions, the chances of you getting hired go up. Oh my God, do they go up? especially if you're the right type. Because guaranteed, I will guarantee you, all the performers who have been, or nope, all the singers who have been in before you to audition and the ones to come after, they're going to all be staring, focusing. But not you, because you're going to go in there and you're going to give them something to watch. You're going to have them riveted in their seats. All right? You can do this. I know that you can. So keep practicing, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.